Hey friends, welcome to another project tutorial. In this tutorial, we're building this image slider, image gallery slider, whatever we call it. And we're using HTML, CSS and GSAP to create this kind of animation. So let's get started. First of all, let's create our files. Index.html, style.css and main.js. So let's create our boilerplate first, exclamation, enter, and let's give it a title. I'm gonna call it image gallery slider, and let's link our CSS file, link style.css. So let's create our first div, which will have a class of group. Inside this div, let's create another div class of item, and we're going to use inline style to import the images. So let's create a folder first, assets, and let's copy all the images. I'm going to paste it here. You can get these images on the GitHub repo in the description. So these are the images we're going to use. They are AI generated images, and let's give it an inline style and import the image, first image, style, background, URL, and the first image is going to be image1.jpg, and we are going to copy and paste this image 4 more times. Let's copy it and paste it 4 more times. Let's rename this image image2.png. The second image is in PNG format, the third is in JPEG, fourth one I believe is in PNG, and the fifth one is in JPEG. So let's open our web page with live server. Okay, the images are not showing currently, but we will style them to show them properly on our web page. Let's style them now. First of all, let's select the body, give it a height of 100 viewport height, 100 VH, display to flex, margin is 0, background, URL, assets bg.png. Let's check it out. Okay, it's showing properly. Let's give it few more properties like center /cover, and no repeat. So the image, the background image is showing correctly, and let's give it some more styling like align items center and justify content center. Let's give it a webkit-user-select none and mouse-user-select to none, and finally user-select to none. We will also give it a backdrop filter for a blur effect, backdrop-filter blur, and 40 pixels. Let's see. Okay, it's perfect. Now let's work on our group main div. So write dot group and text dash align to center, white dash space to no wrap, and overflow to hidden. This should be overflow. Okay, now let's style these items so that they have proper width and height, as well as some more styling. Let's select them. Item width to 12 viewport width, height to 70 vh, background dash position to center, and background dash repeat to no repeat, background dash size cover 75 vh, give it a margin as well, all around 7.7 VW, and give it a border, white border, 2 pixels solid white, and display to inline block, display inline dash block, and cursor to pointer, and also a box shadow to 1 pixels, 3 pixels, 10 pixels, and RGBA. We're going to give it a black color, 0, 0, 0, and 0.5 the opacity, and we will also give it a border radius. So after the border, let's give it a border dash radius of 2.5 VW. Let's see, perfect. So our styling is done, and we're going to use JavaScript and GSAP to animate this kind of interaction and animation. So let's grab the GSAP CDN, search for GSAP CDN. You will find this website, CDN.js. So go to the website and copy the first link, click on the middle one, copy script tag, and go to the index.html, and just before the body ending tag, paste it. And also after the CDN, let's link to our main.js, src main.js. Make sure the main.js is under the CDN, or else it will not work. So let's open the main.js, and first of all, let's select this images div, which has a class of item. We're going to create a variable const items is equals to document dot query selector all dot item, and let's items dot for each of the item, and also we're going to create another, and also we're going to pass another I for index, and let's open our curly braces, and item dot clicked is equals to false. So when the website loads, we need to check the click to false so that it doesn't expand automatically. Here you can see on the finalized version, if I reload, it stays on the default state, not expanded. So this is the functionality, and let's add an event listener, of click, and we're going to create an arrow function here, and let's call it expand function, and we're going to create this function now. And also let's pass in 2 parameters, item and I. Alright, go above the for each, and let's create this expand function, expand Let's create an arrow function, and also we need to pass these two parameters. Let's copy them and paste them here, and let's get these items dot for each for j, let's call it j, and index. So for if j is equals to index, then we're going to return, else j dot clicked is equals to false. Now let's create our animation. GSAP dot to item and width. Let's create a ternary condition here. Item dot clicked is true. We're gonna set the width to 15 VW and else to 8 VW. And also let's give it a duration of 2 seconds, and let's give it an easing effect of elastic, and the value is going to be 1,6. And after that, let's select the item, not items, item dot clicked, not items. Make sure you write that properly, is equals to opposite of item dot clicked. And after that, let's copy this and paste it and remove the s, item, and this time we're going to set it to 42 VW, meaning it will expand, and this to 15 VW. Also let's give it a duration of 2.5, and the elastic is going to be 1,3. Let's see if that works or not. Refresh, click, okay, it's working correctly. So what we did here is, when one item is selected, we expanded its size to 42 VW, and when it's not, we set it to 15 VW, and the others, when they're not selected, we change the width of all other items to 8 VW, meaning we shrink the size. As you can see here, the size is shrink, but if we refresh, it goes back to default 15 VW viewport width, and when you click, as you can see, the shrank, and the elastic effect is working nicely. You can play with different types of easing effect if you like. Go to their website and you can find many of them. You can check it out. So thank you very much for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more amazing projects like this. Take care. Bye bye.